Alright, guys, so this is the PF Music Podcast, episode 116. This is your host, Pablo Ruiz Vargas. Make sure that if you're listening to the podcast on YouTube, Rumble, and what's the other one? YouTube, Rumble, YouTube, make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you're listening to the podcast on Anchor.fm, you know what to do. Make sure you share it with your family, share it with your friends, and not only you can just share it, you can just listen to the podcast in your favorite streaming platform, music streaming platform. Today's topic in the 116th episode is you must endure hardship. You must endure hardship. Now, what is that? And what is that? And we're gonna get a little bit into it. And we're gonna define what is hardship and what does entail to be in hardship, right? It's basically to remain, firm under suffering or misfortune. It basically makes sure that you keep yourself in a stronger position even when things are crumbling around. It's like saying, when things going crazy around you, just keep yourself very well focused into what you need to achieve, and without letting things crumble you. Because remember, crumbling is something that just fall completely apart, right? It's not firm anymore. When you crumble, you're not firm. That's it. You can build another base, right? But you want to always make sure you're firm. Now going a little bit religious on this, you look for the second of Timothy, the second Timothy 2:3-4. It says, in the Bible says, you therefore must endure hardship as a good soldier of Jesus Christ. No one engaged in welfare entangles himself with the affairs to this life, that he may please him who enlisted him as a soldier. So let's talk about enduring as a soldier of Christ, if you are religious like myself, and why it's important for endure. And let me give you an example. When hardship comes in your life, right? We're never prepared. We are never prepared. It's something that does come, and you just take it. Now, the reason is that you want to keep yourself strong enough into those positions is you have to understand that that's just a process of life, right? And you might have enemies that want you to just crumble in those difficult times. And I think I was listening to Jesse Lee Peterson or something like that about a guy they call into his program, and he was having a problem with his marriage. And the situation was that his woman told him that she felt disconnected. He didn't feel connected anymore. She said that he always bring the job's problems to their house. And when the guy received that information from her, he found bad. He found himself in a bad spot. He felt that he got stabbed in the back, like things were crumbling around. Even though he was having a logic like, we should not go with this because we should not feel like this because we have a family. Because he knows that something's coming after this. Of course, divorce. What happened after that? And Jesse was saying, okay, bad things are coming, and you must endure. See, he didn't paint the picture like it was a sweet candy, a caramel, latte coffee. No, black straight coffee. He told him, you have to endure. bad things are coming, it's not gonna be easy. He told me just save your assets, make sure that you're protected, and just prepare yourself for what is coming. And when I heard that, I was like, you know what, man, that's when he said it at first. It was damn, that was harsh. But then, as more I was listening, I was like, damn, that is the best medicine for a situation that is inevitable. You're you're gonna go through it basically. Imagine you having to go through a situation that you know is gonna be bad. A storm. We all know that when you go through a hurricane or storm, things go bad. So we need to endure. We need to protect ourselves and just let it pass by. A tornado. Same thing. We know it's a bad, you know, it's a bad moment for those that are living by, but they have to endure it. Hardship for money. If you are trying to get to a place, you know the hardship for money is not gonna be forever. It's something that is just last, what I need to be last, but after that, things are gonna be fine. There's a lot of things that we need to understand when it comes to hardships. And I found the most difficult one is with truth. Do we really want to know the truth? Do we really want to know that things are not going to always be good? Do we? I say I want. Sometimes it's hard for me to even accept it myself. The answer, of course, is yes. If we want to get to the next level, we have to. And worse, we have to endure. We have to protect ourselves so bad that when this happens, it's gonna hurt. But we may need to be strong. Strong enough that we can see the calmness afterward. Now, how can you determine if you've been through enough endured or hardships or not? Look at your life. Are you still in the same place? Are you still in the same house? Are you still with the same financial situation? The reason because of that might be big. It might be that you haven't got out of the comfort zone enough, where you haven't endured. We need to learn to cut bad relationships and let the storm come afterward. It's better. We need to just let bad jobs go and let the bad situations come. It's as hard that sounds. It need to be that way. When I got my car stolen and got burned and everything, it was hard for me. But I kept myself so composed that I knew that this was something that need to get through for me to just understand life in different matters, right? And I'm still alive. Nothing bad happened. I was grateful that I was still there for my family. But even though the situation looked bad, I still managed to go through it very well. As men, it's important for us to just understand that hardships is what makes us better. For women, you need a strong man. that can just lead you through those hard times. Leadership comes with strength, not with weakness. Those that lead with weakness, right, lead by fear. And fear will let you go down the waterfall. And to be honest, do we really understand what these things really mean in life? I don't. Really don't. And there could be a lot of signs that said that or can determine that you're not ready to really go through certain things. Like you're very emotional, mentally. You get out of state very quickly. You have problem with communicating with people, or you have problem looking for solutions. All these things, right, are tools that you need to really go through life. Relationship with your family. How good are you with your father, your mom? They can provide you guidance. You don't have father and mom. That's another problem. Who's your mentor that can guide you through these hardships? Those things do help to go through bad experiences. But there's other things that makes it easier, such as money, great communication with family, good degrees, right? Makes it easier. But even though it seems like makes it easier, you still have certain level of hardship that you need to endure. Why? Because in order for us to really understand what is getting to our next step, right, we need to build something, right? Have you ever built anything? You need to just get sand, small rocks, whatever they call it, and cement, put it all together, and then mix it up, and then carry it and put it in blocks and stuff like that, right? In order for you to even build that, you need to just go through the small pain, right? And that pain feels worse when you finish because your body just hurt. But afterward, you feel better knowing that you built something. Life is not easy. Life is not fairy tale. Life is about basically going through all these experiences that we would like not to be there, but they are there. There for a reason. And sometimes this is gonna sound weird, but when things goes well, you wanna make sure that you don't feel too complacent. Where things are very comfortable and you get comfortable. You don't want to be that. You want to always look for those situations, right? And remember, God will never give you something that you cannot handle, right? That's not how life it is. I mean, you if life give you certain things that you cannot handle, it's because you ate too much of that situation. Yeah, you wanted to get too greedy, and I'm responsible for those situations as well. We all responsible, but in my situation, I'm well responsible for that. That's how our ego gets checked very quick in situations like that. Right? Even though after that, if I have bad self-esteem after experience with that, I need to endure that process of bad self-esteem. Even when I don't get sales, right? If I don't get sales, if I sit down with 15 customer. None of them want to sign. Hey, I had to take it how it is. I had to take it and just take a deep breath and go to the next one. And a lot of these, you know what you're gonna notice when you get around interviews with good companies that want to hire you. They always ask you, how do you get rejection? What is rejection for you? How easy is it for you to get rejection? And you have to be honest, but concurred or congruent with how do you get rejection. And to this day, I hate rejection, but I know how to endure it. So it's always go from a very high experience that for some people can be traumatizing, but for me it's just part of the process. And that's how I just recognize it. That's something that is part of the process. Guys, you need to know, you need to learn how to endure hardship. It's part of life, part of our growth. And if you're still very comfortable, that means that you haven't reached out your limit of comfort. With this, guys, this is episode 116 from the PFA Music Podcast. Make sure that you like, subscribe if you listen to the podcast on YouTube, Rumble, and be sure if you're listening to the podcast in Anchor.fm, PFA Music Podcast support, you can listen to the podcast as well in there, and Spotify, iHeart, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. All right, but most importantly, if you give it a play, you will really help out the podcast. With this, guys, this was your host, episode 116. Endure hardship. I'm out. Have a good night.